Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm making a Jiffy corn pudding today. Chances are you probably made this yourself, but hey, if you haven't, then I hope I introduced something really delicious and super easy for you. My mother has made this basically my entire life, and she makes it the best. You know how your moms do. You try to duplicate something that they make and you use every ingredient exactly like they say, but somehow or another it just never turns out quite as good as theirs. Well, I called my mom and I got some tips from her, and I'll share those with you along the way. Now, I've melted a stick of salted butter, and into that I am adding my Jiffy cornbread mix. I love this stuff. It's still 2 for $1. Oh my goodness, what a great deal. And I'm adding a cup of sour cream. I think you're starting to see why this is so good. Butter, sour cream. This is a corn casserole, but it really has the texture of a corn pudding, and it is so good. Now, 2 whole eggs go into this, and I'm just going to break these eggs up just a little bit. One of the things that Mom said was make sure not to over stir. So in order to do that, I want to break these eggs up just a little bit, and that way I'll stir just a little bit less. Now, I've got 2 cans of corn. One is a creamed corn, and that's going right in. And a can of whole kernel corn, making sure I got the name right. And I've drained this corn, and all of that goes in. Corn smells so good. And this is a dish that adults and children like. Have you ever noticed when you go into a restaurant and on the children's menu, there always seems to be corn as a side dish? Well, there's a reason. It's because kids love corn. Now, I'm going to do as Mom said, and I'm going to gently mix this together. And while I'm doing this, I want to show you a couple of things. Now, I am making just the basic corn pudding recipe, but if you want to spice it up and just give it a little pizzazz, you can add some diced chipotle peppers to this. Oh, that would be so good, and a little bit of the adobo sauce. Or you can add a can of the diced green chilies. I think that those are delicious in here. Green chilies and corn were just made to go together. Also, maybe a half of a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, or melt some cheese on top. All of those would be delicious, but I think it's perfect just as it is. And look, I've stirred that up, and I'm going to do what Mom says, and I am not going to over stir. Now, I've greased my casserole dish. Just sprayed it with some nonstick spray, and this is going right in. The recipe calls for an 8 by 8 dish. I think this one is the equivalent to that. It's definitely not an 8 by 8, but it's as close as I can get. Now, with the cornbread mix, along with the eggs, this is going to rise a little bit. So you want to make sure that you get a dish that accommodates that. And also, check out my onion. If you wanted to add onion or green onion to this, it would be delicious. And I got this onion a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't use it. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when something is growing like this, I just love to see how much it grows. So if I wanted to chop that off, I could definitely use this in this casserole, and it would be delicious. So I'll let you know in a couple of weeks how tall this actually gets. Okay, enough about my little growing projects. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and this is going to cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. Mom said, don't overcook it. Just cook it until the top gets lightly browned and you might see a crack or two. If you overcook it or overmix it, it's going to taste like cornbread. And cornbread is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a corn pudding, which is soft and creamy and oh so good. Well, I can't wait to taste that. I have a feeling that it is going to be delicious. I'll get this cleaned up and I'll see you back here in a few. I wish that you could smell this. It smells like my mom's house. I don't know how else to describe it. It just smells like home and it smells delicious. Now this cooked for about 50 minutes, and I know the reason why it took a little bit longer is because my casserole dish wasn't a true 8x8. It's a little deeper than what an 8x8 would be. And I took it out of the oven and I let it sit for just a few minutes. When I brought it out, it was nice and puffy, but it's already gone down and I think it's perfect. Look at that. See how these nice little cracks are on top, but you can tell that it's not super, super brown and overcooked because we want it to stay nice and moist. And it is hot, I can tell you that. You know, I've got to taste this. And you know what? I'm just going to pull right from the middle. Look at that. Doesn't it look wonderful? You can just tell how soft and moist it is. And look how it stuck to the spoon. It's not undercooked. It's just super moist. Like I said, it's a corn pudding. Y'all, this is so good. It's buttery, it's creamy, but the little pops of corn in there, oh, it's just so, so good. I'm telling you, adults and children of all ages love this corn pudding. You're a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching. Press that like button, share it with your friends. That's really a blessing to me. And go to my page, like it, and you'll get notifications when I upload a video. Well, I'm gonna go finish this and get the rest of our dinner together. And I'll see you next time. Bye.